Hello friends, very good evening. Welcome back to my YouTube channel Talent Traders. So this session we are going to continue the part 1 max questions on NISM Series XIII SIF exam. So the practice question which you are going to discuss with an explanation. So the last question which you are discussing on previous video is about the contract value. The contract value is nothing about the price into lot size. So now this new one which we are going to discuss is market price is around 120 and the 110 call option is 24 rupees. What should be the intrinsic value of the call option? So while if an intrinsic value, so we have to some formulas to know if it is a call option. If it is a call option, we have to spot minus strike. It is an intrinsic value. Okay, whatever the value which is present in the option premium, it is time value. If it is a put option, so we have to strike minus spot. So you have to remember this. So it's put intrinsic value. So normally ATM and OTM don't have intrinsic value. It is a full of time value. Only ITM options, that is in the money options, have time plus intrinsic value. So this intrinsic value, in this case, it is a call option. So spot market is 120, spot minus strike 110. What would be the answer? If it is getting a positive answer, that is the intrinsic value. If you get negative value, that is OTM option. If you get 0, that is an ATM option. So exactly 10 rupees is the intrinsic value of this particular call option. So you need to remember the spot minus strike for a call and strike minus spot for a put option. It's an intrinsic value. So this answer is almost rupees 10 and remaining 14 rupees is the time value in that particular option. So here what the question is, a trader wants to 20 counter target. So already we discussed the margin a trader, so rupees 4,500 into the lot size is 50 for both the contract. So 50 and this one another one is 4550 into 50. So we will be getting a single contract size 4,500 into 50. So that would be around 4,550, 2,25,000. That is a single contract value. And the second lot is 4550. 4550 into 50. This value is 2,27,500. So the margin required is 6%. So for a 6% margin, here 6%, 13,650 per lot. In this case, 12,25,000 to 2,25,000. 6% margin is 13,500. So this is for a one lot of margin. So 13,500 into 17 quantity. Okay, and 20 quantities. It is about 20, not a 17. First contract for 4,500, we have to calculate 20 contracts, and 13,650 we have to calculate 17 contracts. So what would be the answer? The total of that should be the exact answer for this 13,000 into 20. So you will be getting 2,60,000. And 13,650 into 17, 2,32,050. So you need to add all both. So 260. I think answer is came over. This is 13,500, right? So this one is wrong. 13,500 into 20 that would be around 2,70,000. Okay, that I made it 13, it is 13,500, 2,70,000, so plus 232,050, so 520, 502050. This is what an answer. So here normally the contract which you are finding out contract value, but here there is a two different contracts as given, and you have to separately calculate, and finally if you add it you will be getting the exact value and exact answers. So a client A purchased a trend contract of December and sold 7 contract of January series NSD Nifty future. How many lots will be categorized as a non-spread open position? So means it is about like a arbitrage trade or hedging trade. So he bought December by 10 lot. Same time he sell January 7 sell 7 lots. So if the same Nifty future, for an example, if Nifty increases, both the December and January contract will increase, and if Nifty decreases, both December and January will decreases. So those among 7 out of 10 positions got edged like that. Okay, so here they are asking how many as regular non-spread. So remaining 3 lot is the non-position, that is like a open position, the non-spread. If it is a edged position, means it is a 7. So here some 3 positions are open position or non-spread position, because they use 2 different contract with the same instrument like Nifty future here. So remaining 3 should be the open position or non-spread position. Okay, so this is what 3 is an answer for this question. It's a simple one to understand. Okay, so we'll place a stop loss sell order ABC stock with a trigger price of 450. Okay, the current market is 470. So why we are placing a stop loss? Whenever market goes down below the strike price, that's down below the trigger price, then only I want to exit the trade. Okay, then order will be released when I am placing the order. When the price market of it touches 450 only, that is going to be triggered. When immediately if I place, it will not be, but touches 470. When it is came to 450, because I am placing the order at 450 only, currently trading 470. Here it is a stop loss sell order, so it will be pending in the system, and whenever price reaching to 450, then it will be get executed. A person sells one ABC Limited stock future 268. So here again the most of the max with the formula which you can use, sell minus buy to identify the profit and loss. So he sold stock future, he sells a stock future 268, and the lot size is 1000. What would be the profit loss when it is closed back to 74? Is buy back, sell minus buy, what would be the P&L? So if you are calculating this one 268 or 274, it's not possible. So you can just do this, you will be getting negative value, right? 274. So you will be easily identify minus 6 rupees. Okay, so lot size is 1500, so 9000 loss on the transaction. Sell minus buy, you will be calculate with the calculator or manually, so you will be getting negative sign, that is simply loss. Okay, this kind of question, sell minus buy, you will be getting the answer. And he goes short on ABC 2000, she will make a profit. So whatever, this is what a logic is about to understand. So he buys a position 2300. When market goes up, he will be making profit. Goes down, see, making a loss. But short position, that is a without holding a position, here we can able to short in futures and options also. So when short 2300, when it goes down, then that time it will be a profit. When it is going higher, loss. So in this case 2000 he already, so what would when the price she can make a profit something, so 2250 350, it is above, in this case loss 2545. So when it is goes down after 2300, when it is goes down below 2250, that is the chances of making profit. So this is the logic to understand. Gautam sold a put option 650, premium 60. What would be the maximum gain per share at the expiry of the position? What would be the maximum? Simply option seller, they receive the premium, the maximum profit is only the premium received. The loss is unlimited. Option buyer, loss is limited to the premium paid and profit is an unlimited. So this is what your answer in this particular question. This is a theoretical max. On to sell 17 contract 4550 contract. Already we discussed the same kind of question, but in this case the margin is slightly higher, around 9%. Already we did the same question type, so you have to calculate the margin and total two different position, 20 contract and 17 contract, and 9% here. So maybe 9%, maybe it will become around 587 because only 3% increase. So you can do this and you will be getting the answer for this. In a trader sold a call option share 200, receives the premium of 12 from the option seller to buyer. What is the maximum loss in this position? As we discussed earlier, option selling gives you unlimited loss. So you sold a call option at 12 rupees, the loss would be unlimited. This logic only, so most of the max will cover. And again, trader take a short position, they are sold it, contract multiplied 1800 at the price. When he closed the position, few days he realized he made a profit of 5000. Okay, so what the price he was closing the position? First 5000 he made profit. So the lot size is 5000, he made a profit. The lot size is 50. So he was making 100 rupees profit. Okay, initially it was a short position. So when a short position after getting lower, then would be a profitable one. So he take a short position, then he want to close the position by opposite transaction is buy. So he already sold 1800. Now you want to close the position to buy that. Already we find it out 100 rupees is the profit. So from this point it is getting lower by 100 rupees. So 1700 is the closing price. So buying one lot of ABC future. Selling means you already sold a position. If you are doing again selling means it is an extra position. So you want to close the position. So buying one lot of ABC future by 1700. That should be the answer for this one. And trader has stop loss sell order, PQR future, trigger is 920 and the current market is 9. Again the same which you are saying, once the stop loss order reaches to 920. So once stop loss is whenever the price reached, then only it will be get executed. And this one, which are the following closest to forward price of a share for 25? Forward contract maturity is 12 months from date. What would be the 12%? So simple logic, what they are asking, what would be the future price? That is called a forward price. So current price is 425 multiplied by 12% per annum. Okay, so we need to calculate what is the 12% of 425. We have to find it into 12%. So it is 51 rupees. Okay, so plus 425, so 476. So the contract maturity is 12 months from. So if it is 12 months, the 476. If it is 6 months, 51 divided by 2. So we will be getting 25.5. So this is for a 6 month. If it is a 3 months, 51 point divided by 3, then you have to add with the original price. And if it is monthly means 51 divided by 12, and you can add it on the particular stock price. So it will be asking 12 months, so we will be taking that same. If it is 6 months, if they ask, we want to divide the number, the percentage which we find out, we divide by the 2, then we will be getting the answer. So the answer is 476. Mr. A sold a put option 400, premium of 32, lot size is 500, and expiry PQR. What is in net profit? So this is a difficult but very easy to, if you understood, very easy. He sold sell like this. What, first of all, 400 put option he sold at 42 rupees. So we want to calculate when he bought. So here the when he bought is not given. So when he buy again, that one already sold it, but instead of that, this price is given closing price. So market is 400 and the closing price is, sorry, strike is 400 and the closing price is 350. So as a put option, how many points market were down, or from strike price how many intrinsic value you have to calculate. Intrinsic value of a put option is strike minus spot. So you will be getting intrinsic value. So 400 minus 350, the real value is 50 plus 50. So whatever it happened, that option will be settled by 50 rupees. Okay, so sell minus buy, 32 minus 50 minus 18 should be the value, and 500 is a large size. 18 into 500 minus 9000 is your answer. Simple logic which you are going to apply here, but in this case the buying price or selling price is given, but it doesn't give you the exact closing price. We need to calculate with an intrinsic value of this settlement price, and we find the answer for this. And investor 11 contract of February series, and the investor, I want to sell 13 contract, same initial margin 6%. They want to ask you already the same pattern which you have discussed, so you can try it out this one and to find the answers. Sold, trader sold ABC stock future 354, lot size 900, and after that trader's profit or loss he purchased back. Initially 350, sell minus buy, simple logic again, sell minus buy, 354 minus 341, so 13 rupees into 900. This positive one. After he sold, market fall down, it is sure it will be in profit. So exactly how much he made is 13 into 900, 11700. So most of these derivative questions are came with the sell minus buy kind of things. It is a trading member. On the client he purchased 12 contract of March series index future, another client 10 contract of March sells, but 12 plus the exposure of the receipt trading member. They are asking you what is the total, like towards the trading member is total position grossed up to 22, because it is total as a trading member. If it is client means it is 12, and another client means is 10. But if you are asking about the trading member, it's totally 12%. I hope this session may be another useful session. So thank you so much for watching. So remaining we can discuss on next session. Thank you.